transactional. That means you can survive, tenor survive. You can earn a living. So how to earn a living. There's no need of fasting and prayer. You have hands, you have legs. Just the only thing government has with you is just salary. As you work for them, they will pay you. Companies, they will pay you. So it's called transactional relationship. So for us, we say no, don't just stop at transactional relationship. You can live a more significant life, a life of impact. You can live a more better life. So to do that, one of the things we recommend, one of the ways that make it work and faster is that connect to people who are really doing what you want to do. It's called mastermind mentor. Those guys must have, the person must have experience, tenor experience. The person must have a system, tenor system. And the person should be able to teach you some millionaire skill, tenor millionaire skills. The example of millionaire skill is called people problem solving skill. What do I call it? Problem solving skill. Problem solving skills. So the person must be able to solve some problem. Number two is called leadership skill. What does it called? Leadership skill. Number three is called people management skill. Number four is called emotional intelligence skill. So these are the skills you need to go and build people, tenor people. This is a skill you need to go and build a team, tenor team. This is a skill you need to build an organization, tenor organization. This is like MTN, Glow, Salad, Monty Sweet. This is a skill you need to build a community, tenor community. This is a skill you need to build a business family. So this particular skill you see, this particular relationship is called significant relationship. It's called transformational relationship. What else is called? Transformational relationship. In every transformational relationship, everybody here will earn a fortune, tenor fortune. Everybody here will earn what they call residual income, tenor residual income. So you can see that if you are sitting down today, what is residual income? Is the kind of money you make because you did something right once in your life. And as long as that thing is still existing, you keep making money. So every factor happening around you, outside of you, that is beyond your control, the economy, the weather, the sun, the moon, the president, your past, anything that is outside of you is called contributing factor. What else is called? Contributing factor. They can only contribute to your success. They don't determine your success. They can slow you down, they can delay you, they can fast track you, they can push out that board. They cannot determine your success. What determines your success is what's happening inside of you. It's called determining factor. What else is called? Determining factor. What are these things now? Courage, kindness, belief, ideas. What will change your world is already embedded in you. They are the determining factor. What are you going to make it in life? You know what government wants you to do? They want you to believe that what your cause of your problem is outside of you. And you living all your life pursuing things that are outside of you. Complaining about things outside of you. Oh, his economy. Oh, no, my father. Oh, my mother. Oh, the president. No, that is what government wants. Government wants to focus on things that is outside of you that you cannot change. Oh, he's a weather. Oh, he's my mentor. Oh, he's a company. That is what the society wants you to focus. You want to focus on the things happening outside of you, which you cannot change. After you cannot change them, it cannot affect your destiny. So today we say you should talk about what's happening inside of you, your belief system, which constitutes 80% of your success in life, your courage in life, kindness, love, peace, vitality, fidelity, all the giftings already embedded in you. That will change your world. So you are the most important factor. Please touch yourself now. Say, I'm the most important factor. That one is begging for the charge card. Turn to your neighbor, tell you are the most important factor. No, you can do better than that. Now touch yourself. You can say, I'm a success. Now you can do better. Touch yourself. Say, I'm a millionaire. So it doesn't matter what is happening outside of you. They can only delay you or of course, slow you down, but they can never stop you from achieving success. Because you are in charge. Then I'm in charge. So we started training that today. We have to close the training today. The training is actually, the topic is moving from good to what? Great. From good to what? To great. So you want to move from being good to great or to greatness. Is it greatness or great? Which one did we start? Great. Okay, we said that good will take you to the gate. We'll take you to the gate. We'll take you to the gate. To the gate. But greatness will take you to the palace. But greatness will take you to the palace of wealth. So you want to dwell in the palace of wealth, you have to be great. You have to stop. Don't be okay again. Don't settle at being good. Good is just a pre-requirement now to start a business. If you are good, you can start a business. If you are good, you can go into the industry. If you are good, you can start a marriage. If you are good, you can start anything. But to become significant, to become powerful, to be a center of influence, to have some level of authority, you have not to be satisfied being good again. You have to be intentional, deliberate about being great. So we started by talking about concepts. We have about 5 outlines. So today we'll look at the last 3 outlines, the last 2. So the first thing, the outlines we're looking at to cover in this particular course is number 1, we say context and concept. Context and concept. That was the first outline. The second outline was from good to great. How can you move from being good to great? So we discussed that already. The next thing was at the level of knowledge. I think we discussed this yesterday. 5 levels of knowledge that will move you from being good to great. We discussed this. So number 4, which is today, the learning circle. Today we talk about the learning circle. The learning circle. The learning circle. That's what we discussed today. And number 5, the vital few. The vital few. So we discussed, we talked about 3 concepts. They said being good is not enough. You have to become great. You have to become intentional about being greatness, because good is the enemy of greatness. So we also want to talk about the Pareto principle, which says 80% of consequences comes from 20% of the causes. So that means identify 20% and focus on it, and eliminate 80% or delegate it. 80% of your best outcomes comes from your 20% of your activities, actions, or behavior. So you want to become great, you have to let go from certain things, delegate, being some things, choose some battles, and pay attention to the 20% and eliminate 80%. So the second concept we talked about was you must focus on your strength and outsource your weaknesses. Focus on your strength. So we went from good to great, and we said that in business, if you are good, you can start a business, you can go into a sector. But you want to become, in order to seize the palace and the seat of government, the house, the throne, the place of power, where you will have some authority, exercise some leadership, have influence, stand out and be noticed, then you have to become great, because greatness puts you in the palace of wealth. So we also went back and talk about we asked some questions we will ask you to answer. We say you have to decide now whether you want to be in an industry or you want to dominate a niche. The decision is for you to make. You also have to decide whether you want to be in the business or you want to be a business leader. Whether you want to work as a business operator or as a business owner. The operator operates the business, his hand is in the business. He's working in the business like octopus everywhere. He's a procurement manager, delivery manager, production manager. He's everywhere. And he hates entrepreneurship because he's everywhere. He's always tired. Complaining every day that I don't have money, but I'm passionate about what I do. So you have to move from being a business operator to a business owner. Business owners work on their business. They are working on that. They take responsibility and take direction, and they are brand ambassadors of their business. So you have to decide you want to be that the palace is my portion, because God will take you to the gate. Good will take you to the gate, but greatness will put you in the palace. You have to decide that you are destined, called, chosen, selected for the palace to win and dominate. Tell your neighbor, I'm in charge. So we also discussed a lot, and yesterday we went to talk about the 5 levels of knowledge, and we said that the knowledge here is not about academic. We are talking about, it's not about historical facts and figures, but it's about know-how. Tell no know-how. You have to a level of know-how, and you must be intentional about greatness, growing your knowledge, skills, capacity, ability, deliberate, strategy, focus, discipline, because the knowledge you need to go into a business is different knowledge you need to be significant and great in the business. We get 5 knowledge yesterday. General knowledge, available everywhere. Specialized knowledge, you pick one field: marketing, sales, customer service, fulfillment, business processes and system. Pick one field, specialize on it. Now, breakthrough knowledge, we discussed yesterday. Now, at this point, you are making a contribution in the conversation. You are contributing. After you must have specialized on something, you have to also bring some laws, some things to contribute. Choose an aspect in your business to add value to the perspective that nobody else has. So, number 4, Julius knowledge. This is breakthrough knowledge you have. You have applying it in different situations to secure different outcomes that other people are struggling to achieve. But some people say that when people say it's not possible, you are bringing the breakthrough knowledge to apply in it. So once you get mastered, the last one is that you're a mentor and a maker of both the specialized and the juniors. So you are now a mentor. Touch yourself, I'm in charge. I say you can be good at so many things, but you can only be great at few things. So select and choose and focus your attention and invest your energy. Don't spread your energy on everything, because if you do that, you become a jack of all trades, master of none. Identify the few areas of excellence to come when the wind comes. The one that was built on the sand will not stand the test of time. But the one that builds on rock foundation can actually stand. So let's get some level of foundation today before we move on. So write this one down. Don't be afraid of learning new skill. Don't be afraid of learning new skill. Don't be afraid of learning new skill. Full stop. Don't be afraid of learning new skill. You know, last time we talked about the stress ceiling. That when you bump your head on the stress ceiling, you seem to retreat back. The lazy people, they say they retreat back because whenever you go into an industry, you want to be a millionaire, you want to be an entrepreneur, a business person, and it demands that you become a different person by acquiring extra skill. Some people don't want to strain their brain to acquire that skill, so they quit. And some even go and learn a skill that is not relevant. Let's write this one down. I said, don't be afraid of learning new skill. Full stop. Instead, be afraid of number one. Instead, be afraid of number one, not learning new skill. That's number one. Number two, instead, be afraid of number one, not learning new skill. Instead, be afraid of not learning new skill. So as you bump your head on the stress ceiling is also a strength signal. A signal to tell you that you lack energy in that field. You know, develop your energy. I said, don't be afraid of learning new skill. Full stop. Instead, be afraid of not learning new skills. New skills like reading. Most of us have stopped reading since we left secondary school. Most of us stopped reading since we left university. So please, go back to your reading culture. Skills like communication skills. High income generating skills. There are two types of skills. We have the high income generating skill and the low income generating skill. What are the high income generating skills? We'll discuss some of them today. But these are the skills. You don't have to first and foremost do physical. But skills that we do mentally first before the physical. Meditation is a skill. Of course, communication is a skill. Problem solving is a skill. Leadership is a skill. Of course, people management is a skill. Emotional intelligence is a skill. So you must learn this skill. Why I say learn. When I mention skill, I've said it over and over again. I want you to know that it's something you can learn. Because you know why? There's a difference between talent and skill. I say talent is a gift. Either you have it or you don't have it. Skill can be desired. Practice, learn, develop, practice until you become perfect. So anything skill, you can learn it. How am I sure? You can learn tailoring skill, carpentry skill, how to fly an aircraft, how to do anything is because man's capacity to learn. What did I say? Man's capacity to learn is God's gift to man. What did I say? It's God's gift. You don't need to pray and fast. But man's willingness to learn is a man's choice. The brain that God gave us, the brain was meant to be developed. The brain was meant to be, of course, expand. Because education is not just gathering of facts and information, but the training of the mind to think. So don't be afraid of learning new skill. Be afraid of not learning new skill. Number one. Number two, be afraid of not learning new skill is number one. Number two, learning a skill you don't need to learn. You should be afraid of learning a skill you don't need to learn, that you could have outsourced or delegate to other people. Number two, learning a skill you don't need to learn, that you can outsource or delegate to other people. So be afraid of these two things. Instead of being afraid of learning new skill, be afraid of not learning new skill or learning the wrong skill. That's a skill you don't need to learn, that you could have outsourced or delegate to other people to do. And you go and learn it and carry yourself and occupy yourself. For example, the skill of cutting grass is not a bad thing to do. But please, it's not when you are supposed to invest in yourself. You now carry that your energy and be cutting grass. When you have simply outsourced it or delegate it and pay someone, you are doing it by yourself. The skill of washing clothes is not a bad thing. But instead of you outsourcing it to a laundry person, a laundryman, and you can have more time and work on yourself. A lot of people want to work on their job than they work on themselves. What will change your world is not what is happening outside of you. What you need to happen inside of you. Start doing what rich people are doing. Start doing what some people do. Dangote doesn't work in Dangote factory. He works on his business, not in the business. Elon Musk doesn't work in the business. He works on the business. Richard Branson, Bill Gates, all of them, all work on their business. Because you know why? The moment you work in your business, he has to put a cap on you. You have the glass ceiling on your income, on what you can. Because you cannot be everywhere. You are the procurement officer, you are the production manager, you are the marketing, you are this and you are that. You just get yourself tired. So please, the good news is this. Don't be afraid of learning new skill. Be afraid of not learning new skill or learning the skills you don't need that you could have outsourced or delegate. So, full stop. Write this one down. We need to learn new skill in stages as follows. Number one, we need to learn new skills in stages as follows. Like I said, there are 4 ways to learn skills. The 4 ways, but I want to focus on 3 because I'll give you the fourth one at the end of the section. Some of you have not, when I start talking, you know the fourth one already. If you have been in my class, a regular student, you definitely know. So the skill number one, I say you need to learn new skills in stages as follows. Skill number one, conscious incompetent. Conscious incompetent. Conscious incompetent. Conscious incompetent. Conscious incompetent. That's the first thing. This is the point you realize that the things has to be done. I don't know how to do it. This is the point you realize that these things has to be done, but I don't know how to do this. This is the point you realize that these things has to be done, but I don't know how to do it. This is the time you realize that I need to learn skills about wealth accumulation, wealth preservation, wealth multiplication, wealth transfer. This is the point you realize that I'm a great person. I'm a great person. But how do I become great? This is the point you realize that I'm a millionaire. How do I manifest this million? This is the point you realize I'm a great person. I'm building generational business. I'm building global business. Gigantic business. I'm going to live for other people. This is the point you realize I need to build a brand. I need to build a succession plan. This is the point you realize that I am not here on earth to live forever. I cannot live 1 million years. I cannot live 500 years. This is the point you realize that the purpose why I'm here on earth must be fulfilled. This is the point you realize that I have so much to give out. I've not started. So the day you realize this, you are conscious of your incompetence. You are conscious of your limitations. You are conscious of who you are. You are conscious of what the world is expected of you. You are now conscious that I am more than this. But that begins to ask, how can I become more? How can I manifest more? Some people don't know that they are millionaires. Please touch yourself again. Say, I'm a millionaire. No, that one is looking for the church card. Touch yourself. I'm a success. Touch yourself. Say, I'm a millionaire creator. Some people are still living life based on what they are passing through. Never you define yourself based on what you are passing through. What you are passing through, where you live, is called address. Who you are is called identity. It's an identity. Stop defining yourself based on what is today. You are more than enough. Touch yourself and say, I'm more than enough. If Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego define themselves based on their circumstances, the fire would have burned them. They say, we know our God will save us, and not the circumstances they are seeing. They say, what we are seeing is not intimidating us. Have a bigger God than this. That was when God wasn't living in men. God was that dispensation. God was not living inside human being. God used to visit them and go back. If Daniel was afraid of the lion, he would have not been eaten by the lion. But he wasn't afraid. God did not live in them. And that was when God used to visit them. Now, at some points in the epistle, God came in terms of Christ to live with people. But today, he lives inside of you. Tell your neighbor, greater is he that is in me. No, come back and tell your neighbor, greater is he that is in me. No, you don't understand. Let's go one more time. Tell your neighbor again, neighbor, greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. You don't understand. No, that's this dispensation. Time God came to visit men. That was the time. There was time God came in Christ, dwell with men, among them. But today, he lives inside of me in the form of Holy Spirit. He guided us. He wants to speak with us. He wants to have a personal relationship with you. But you are not conscious of his presence in your life. You confess negative things in business. Things you are not supposed to confess because you lose sight of what he can do through you. You don't know, you don't realize that you cannot fail. Tell me, I cannot fail. Because you cannot fail. He said he will quicken your mortal body. Because you don't realize, you lose consciousness of who you are. And you know what you do? You start thinking you're a grasshopper. Remember the men that came back to give Moses a report that we are like grasshopper. It was just Joshua and Caleb that came out with good report. Please don't say anything. So because the moment you realize your consciousness that I'm more than this, it will awaken your mindset to asking the deliberate question: how can I deliberately? How can I be intentional about becoming a great person? The moment you don't realize that you're a great man, you start telling yourself, I can't do this. Never you say yourself, I can't. Because you can do all things through Christ that do what? Strengthen us. All. Tell them all. Anything you can think or imagine. The limitation is in the mind. Get rid of self-limiting belief. Never you limit yourself in any way. As a businessman, as an entrepreneur, You want to produce anything, move with faith that as long as I'm producing it, it must sell. As long as I'm involved, this thing must work. Because you are the main ingredient. You know why? You are the light of the world. Say, I'm the light of the world. And this light shines, darkness cannot comprehend it. How can you be involved in anything and you think you will fail? If you're in a car, that car cannot have accident because your presence is there. If you're going anywhere, you cannot fail. Anywhere they put you because you are there, that thing must work. Because you are there, that thing must work. Just because, move with this consciousness. Because I cannot fail, then how can I make my life more successful? Because you must be competent. We say conscious incompetence. Nobody pays incompetence in the world. You have to develop yourself. You have to sharpen your skills. You have to grow yourself. You must grow your skills. You don't pray for God to develop your skills. It's your responsibility to develop your skills. You don't pray for God to make you a pilot tomorrow morning. You go to aviation school to learn how to fly an aircraft. Yes or yes? I know we live in a generation where the youth today want a man of God to speak in tongues and pour olive oil on their head. Tomorrow, you've got a pilot. Yes, sir. Amen. 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 Fire. That's what the youth wants. They don't know that after the amen and fire, you have to go and learn the skills. They want a pilot to pour olive oil on their head for them to become a tailor tomorrow morning without not learning how to measure clothes, how to cut clothes. You know they happen. They don't want to go to driving school, but they want the man of God to pour olive oil on them. They don't driving experience. They want to enter the car and start driving. It's not possible. You have accident, kill someone will kill you. So please, what I'm trying to say, the day you realize that I am more than this, but my abilities, my skill needs to grow, because you must grow. Men were supposed to grow. You are not supposed to remain stagnant. The day you remain stagnant, you are dying. Nothing on earth is stagnant. Either you are growing or you are doing what? Dying. There's nothing like stagnant in life. Nothing like average. Average is the new enemy. Tell me what, neighbor. Average is the new enemy. You are not supposed to be average because you are the best. I'm the best. You know, so that's the first thing you must do. The day you realize this conscious incompetence, that I'm conscious that I'm not competent. I'm conscious that what is happening in my life is because I'm not good enough. I'm not great. So how can I become great? How can I improve my skills? Let's we talk about this knowledge, these 5 levels of knowledge. So how can I become a consultant? How can I become a specialist in what I do? Let me pick a course. Let me pick prospecting. Let me pick presenting. Let me pick starting a distributor. Let me just pick the gateway skill, inviting. Let me pick sales. Let me master this. You read all the books about sales. You attend all the meetings. Watch all the videos. You now develop your own strategy. Tell us strategy. And document, get a breakthrough knowledge. You want a breakthrough in your life? You must get a breakthrough knowledge. Not prayer by fasting. It's good to pray and fast, but not for physical things, but spiritual things. Physical things demands your competence, demands your input. Input. Number two, learning circle. Number 1, conscious incompetence. Number 2 is conscious correction. Conscious correction. Some people call it bracket. Conscious competence. Conscious competent. Conscious correction. I call it conscious correction. Or conscious competence. Any of them is fine. Now that you are conscious that you're not good. The worst one here is unconscious incompetent. These people, they no say they no. I'm coming to that. Let me finish what I'm finishing down. The worst thing in this life is that you no say you no. Because any person they try to teach you, you go try to make them say, oh my God, I'm coming to let me finish what I'm doing so I will not get myself confused. The first one you want to the learning curve that you must be conscious that you're a billionaire. And why is this thing not happening in your life? Then there must be something I don't know. That is a conscious one, incompetence. This one is just conscious correction or conscious competence. Okay? No, before we go to remove this one. Remove conscious competent first. Remove conscious. Let's stay on conscious correction. Let's stay on that. Let me give number 3, conscious competence. Now, let's talk about conscious correction. Remove conscious competent first. Let's talk about conscious correction. Let's start from there. Let's take it small so I know rush the class. So under conscious correction is where you commit to learning. This is where you commit to learning. Under conscious correction, this is where you commit to learning. I say learning is the strongest, powerful place in the world. Learning is the strongest, powerful place in the world. Learning is the strongest, powerful place in the world. Learning is the strongest, powerful place in the world. Learning is the strongest, powerful place in the world. Powerful place in the world. Learning, place in the world. You know why? You can learn your way out of poverty. You can learn your way into wealth. Learning is the strongest, powerful place in the world. Anything that you lack in your life, you can learn it. You can learn it. You can learn it. I can assure you that. You can learn the skills. So I put a conscious correction. Let's start from there before we go to conscious competence. Because somebody say, okay, now I don't know this. Now I am conscious. I don't know this. So what's the next thing? Learn. What's the next thing? Learn. In fact, if you pray and learn better than to pray and wait for miracles. You know, most of us wait for miracles. You know what miracles is? Miracle is suspending natural laws in your favor. That God suspend natural laws in your favor. Like we know already, the law of God complain about your back again. Now you are the background. If somebody had collected the problem, inviting is not the problem. Rejections, you master all. See, if you handle rejections, limiting beliefs in people's self, limiting. See, our job as a mentor, as a leader, is to move people from where they are to where they want to be. As in, they know I'm a millionaire, but they don't know how to get there. Do you think if they know how to get there, they would have been there by now? Yes or yes? People you see around you, your neighbors, living face my face. Do you think they know how to become billionaires? They will remain there. They would have been there. That is why your job, my job, is to move people from where they are to where they want to be, not where you want them to be. So how do you move them? Give them assignment. Some people are not ready to accept that responsibility. So you only give an assignment. Anybody that wants to really desire, you cannot force anybody to be successful. Because they will tell you, so anybody that is really hungry, you can stir up their appetite to wealth by telling them your success story. You can stir up their appetite to wealth by showing them what they can do, their capability. But for them to take action, it is their choice. I've tried this thing. Me in my life. I bought car for somebody. Let's do 330. Not even one, not two. I tried person to Dubai. I've done a lot for people. I've rented house for people. I've done a lot. But you know what happened? They did not want to participate. At the end of the day, if you are putting water in a basket. But everybody that tells me, often, I want to make 1 million in the next 3 months. How can you help me? I said, this is the plan. Anything I give them, they will participate, they become successful, and they will thank me. The only thank you I've ever gotten in life is people that are willing to live where they are to where they want to be. And you give them instructions. Our job is not to solve their problem. Your job as a mentor is not to solve people's problem, but to teach them, show them, and help them solve their problem by themselves. It is not you. So if you can help somebody that doesn't want to help himself, he will carry his problem and live to it. There's a book we read called The Richest Man in Babylon. The book says there are 2 donkeys. They're owned by a king. One of the chapters there. So one of the donkeys works in the farm. One the one is called, the donkey, what the one working farm? One was donkey, one was ox. Thank you so much. One was donkey, one was ox. The ox works in the farm. The man ride on the donkey. So the ox works every day, tirelessly in the farm. So one day he came back so tired. He told the donkey, Omo, are you donkey or horse? Whatever. So the one that carried the man. So he told him that, Omo, while are they? Then they kill me for farm. Then they flog me every day. Now so they work under sun, under rain. My life don't bend. How go do they enjoy like you that's having you good food in the palace? If the king is not going anywhere, you are relaxing. Me, I don't die for farm. How can you help me? He now gave me my advice. He said, please, tomorrow morning, pretend as if you are sick. They will allow you rest. You can enjoy like me. Of course, he took the advice. The following morning, pretend as if he's sick. And the farmers came to carry the ox or whatever. And they say, okay, he's sick. You know if you walk, you know if you stand up self. You know what the master said? The master said, the work must continue. The work of the master must continue. So carry this my own. Let me stay at home. Take him to farm. Him that gave advice to the ox, and the ox yielded to the advice. The ox is relaxing. Him that gave the advice, they took him to the farm. They flogged the nonsense out of him. In fact, what the ox told him was a little from what he saw with his eyes. In fact, no. The guy, they don't give him food on time. The guy's life was scattered. And the guy came back home. dangling like this. And the ox says, oh, my good friend, thank you for staying in my shoe today. I really enjoyed myself. I ate the best of the food in the palace. Omo, you dey enjoy your. Now today I enjoy my life. The guy look am. The guy gets sense already. He's always with the king, the master. Now you, they discuss of farm today. Then say, if you don't wake up tomorrow morning, they'll carry you to pepper soup. So better wake up, go work. If not, you end up in the soup pot. So the ox now, the following morning, wake up, jump up, jump up, jump up. They say, king, the ox is well low. They take him to the farm. The lessons there. No go help person help. When you carry problem for your own head. You don't go help person finish. The person will now, he dey your head. So no help person. That means that you don't help from the point of weakness. You don't give without knowledge. If you give without knowledge, it creates a hole in your pocket. If you give with knowledge, it creates a room in your pocket. Practical example. You have 100 naira that will take you from this place to ID roundabout. Somebody now say, please, I need that 100 naira to also enter again. You carry that 100 naira and give to that person and now drag. When the person has 2 legs and he can drag, you don't have, see, it's not all the giving that God will bless. I'm telling you the truth. Not all the, you too, if you enter again, will you die? Enter your again, make him drag. Make him know, say, to make money, you have to work. That is why somebody came to me yesterday, he said, please, I need 3,000. I said, you see 3,000 naira, you will clean my office from here to that place and collect 3,000 naira. He cleaned it and collect 3,000 naira. If the person know, as people come to office, one come to the office, say, I need 20K. I carry book, give him. Say, you must read this book from chapter 1 to chapter 3. He said, okay, I don't go read the book. I tell him, say, okay, go, I don't get 3,000 for you. One came, I gave him 5, he said, he read the book, just 3 chapters. He came back to me and said, he brain the play now. He will read that. He will read that. I get on your young door. Don't give somebody something without not sending him message. Tell him to switch from here to plaza. Hey, yo, before giving money. So when you know what you're doing to him, you are teaching his brain how to think. When he needs money, you think people are now corporate beggars. Thinking their problem is to beg. How can you beg him all your life? With all God has given to you to become a millionaire, you are begging to survive. That will never be your portion. Say amen. Nobody becomes rich and wealthy by begging. You must be intentional and deliberate about yourself. So the circle of learning is number 1, become conscious, incompetent, conscious correction, conscious competent, practice it, practice it, practice it, practice it until you become what? Unconscious, incompetent. The last one I want to give to you, Ajara, is unconscious, incompetent. Unconscious, incompetent. This one, you don't know, say no. This is the worst thing that happened. He's not conscious that he doesn't know. He doesn't even know that he's a millionaire. He knows, he's the great man. He knows, say he no, say the millionaire. He don't even know. This is the worst set of people on earth. He that knows that he doesn't know, he's a very big fool. If you know, say you don't know, now better something. You try to tell them something, say, made your open, and they know everything. He knows, say no. So, unconscious, incompetent. Okay, let's move to the last thing for today. Let's talk about the last thing for today. Let's talk about the vital few. The last thing for today, the vital few. The vital few. So, before I always talk about anything, I always give some foundation. Tell a foundation. Let me give some foundation here. Write this one down. In business, there are few roles that you should aspire to grade. There are few roles, ROLES. In business, there are few roles that you should aspire to greatness. In business, there are few roles you should aspire to greatness. In the 20% that makes you different. In business, there are few roles. I'll mention the few roles today. Anything business, anything marriage, anything in business, marriage, organization, there are few roles you should aspire to greatness. That is the 20% that will make you difference. I know I talk about the Pareto principles. So the first day we came, I said 80% of consequences it comes from 20% of the causes. That is 80%, 20% rules. That the things you do every day that gives you result, 20% of them give you 80% of that result. 80% give you 20% result. So if I focus on the 20 that gives you 80%. I say in business, there are a few roles that you should aspire to greatness. Bracket open, 20% that will make you difference. 20% that will make you stand out. 20% that will make you become significant. 20% that will put you in a place of authority. 20% that will put you in a center of influence. And this thing I'm telling you happens in all industry, in marriage, in business, anything you want to do. These two things. Number one, the few roles I'm going to recommend to you. Do these two roles, you will become great in life. Do these two, become great in life. Two of them. It's, you know, somebody says something and it's very interesting. And I would like to give you a mention the two roles. 6 plus 4 is what? 7 plus 2 is what? 10 plus 3. 8 plus 2 is what? 9 plus 1. So there are different ways to get 10. Yes or yes? 5 plus 5. So there are different ways to get 10. That means in life, there are different approaches to achieve success. But this one is one of the approach to success that works for people. These two things I'm going to share with you today. These two roles of your life. Aspire to become great in them. It will move from being good to greatness. Good will take you to the gate. Greatness will put you in the palace of wealth. So not just being at the gate of wealth. You need to take charge of the palace. Tell your neighbor I'm in charge. No. Talk to yourself. Tell them I'm a millionaire. Say I'm a great person. So if you want to become great in your life, focus on these two roles. Number one role. I need to clean some things there. Right? Okay, let me clean some things. I don't like cleaning when I'm writing. I like to write and write and write and write and write and write. I don't like writing, you know, but this is what great men do. They teach, they make some difference. So you want to become great, you don't have to do the things you like. You have to do that will take you to where you want to be. So number one is called ideas. Tell me ideas. Number one, ideas. Brackets open or innovations. Innovations or innovatives. Innovative and creativity. Innovative and creativity. Innovative and creativity. Ideas always happens in the mind. It is in the mind that you create. You create with your mind. You create with your mind. You create with your mind. And how do you create? Creating simply means mental arrangement of thought. Creating simply means mental arrangement of thought. Creating simply means mental arrangement of thoughts. Mental arrangement of thought. Wow, I love this. So focus on these two roles. Focus on creating. Focus on ideas. Focus on the mind. It's in the mind that you can create pictures. This is called, it's in the mind that imagination happens. Imagination. Imagination simply means an image nation. It means an image nation. It means a picture nation. Picture nation. Picture yourself. That is where idea comes. Everything you can see, touch, feel in this life was once an idea in the mind of the entrepreneur. He played it like movie over and over again. Believed it. He took action and it becomes a reality. You want to become great? From good to great, you must focus on your mind. To bring your ideas. Believe in your ideas. You know what I tell about people? Someone have a big idea, an ocean idea. You go and share with somebody with a cup mindset. And the people tell him it doesn't work. How on earth will you ever go to a poor man and ask for financial advice? What do you think he will teach you? I say poor men teach their children what they know. What do they know? Nothing. And you go to a poor man who has not bought car in his life because he's old. See, the difference between an old man and an elderly person. Not all old men are elderly men. Today is not a class. Poor men also became old. So you cannot give what you don't have. Do you think he has the success principles or knowledge? He would have become wealthy by himself. You can't answer. You go to wealthy men and ask them for ideas. Poor men ask for items. Wealthy men ask for what? Ideas. So you go to a wealthy man and ask him how do you become successful? If you have a chance to see Dangote, Adenuga, Bill Gates, all of them, please don't beg them for money. Don't be fast to beg for items. Poor men are always fast to beg for what they can see, touch. Poor men always recite their problems. No single mom, no single this. You don't recite your problems in front of a wealthy man. You don't think because you are afraid of that you move them. No. Wealthy men don't like liabilities. You know what they will give to you? They will give you 80 things. And that thing they give to you will not solve your problem. If you give somebody 80 things, you give him just a little. What will change the world is your mental thing. So the first thing here is that you must be a thinker. Write it down. You must be the thinker with a long-range vision and strategy. Write this one down. Even if you've not written anything to the online community, write it down for me. You must be the thinker. I must be the thinker with a long-range vision. Underline thinker, underline vision. I must be the thinker. Write it down. I must be the thinker with a long-range vision and strategy. I must be the thinker. I must be the thinker. I must be the thinker. Do you know why I need to be the thinker? I must be the thinker with a long-range vision and strategy. Why do you need to be a thinker? Because God created you in his image and likeness. You are part of the thinking class. Write it down. I am a part of the thinking class. I'm a part of the thinking class. I'm part of the thinking class. I'm not the lower class. I'm part of the thinking class. You know why? He created me in his image and likeness. The image of God is that God is a creator. I'm also a creator. I keep telling us every time there are 3 things God creates in life. 3 things he creates in life. Don't ever forget these things. Please don't ever forget it. I can repeat it 1,000 times. I don't even mind repeating it. The first thing God created the creation. Turn on creation. He said, let there be light. That was the light he used. Let there be light. Let there be firmament. Number 2, he created the creatures. Turn on creatures. He delegated the creation of the creatures to the creation. He said, let the earth bring forth its kind. Let the earth bring forth its kind. Let the water bring forth its kind. Number 3, God created the creators. Say not creators. When he came to creator, he said, let us create man in our image and likeness. I keep telling you, in Genesis 1 verse 22, God created man. In Genesis 2 verse 7, God formed man. The day God created man is not the day he formed man. Now you know, he created him first. What's he creating? He mentally arranged his thought before he can physically come down to manifest his thought. So if you don't create, you are not operating at the level God wants to operate. You are still not operating there. You are not here there because you are part of the thinking class. Say, I am part of the thinking class. If you are part of the thinking, then think. Thinking is the hardest work poor people don't want to do. They don't want to do it. That people are looking for people that will employ them. You that think, start employ me. They want you to think for them. They want you to tell them when to come to work, when to go for work. Work was created by man for man. God did not create work for man for, oh my. Work is man's creation. That is, see, job is man's creation. Work is God's creation. God not create job. Today is not the day. Let's finish this class. So it's a part of the day. It's part of the class that directs. Part of the class that control things. Part of the class that dominate. Say, I'm in charge. Part of the class that take authority. I have authority. He that has authority and exercise it not is as if that he doesn't have authority. So you have authority, you cannot exercise it. You are wasting God's power on earth. You are wasting God's ideas on earth. You are a creator. Say, I'm a creator. So why are you not creating? Nobody has arranged your thought for you. Come and sit down, come and learn. I'm busy. You have been busy since you were born. You are still broken poor. Is it not yet time you start to learn? Now look at it. The number 2 thing, because my time is not gone. I said the first thing here, the 2 things you major on that will change your life. The idea class, the thinking class. Number 2, communication. Number 2, communication. Focus on this. Communication. Communication. I put a speaking and presenting. 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 Focus on ideas and communication. Ideas and communication. Anything you do, ideas, communication. Become great. Do it over the time. I told you something. When God, after thinking about man, he now came and communicated. He said, let us create man. Let us communicate. It couldn't be that you have created man without not communicating. Yes. Why did he communicate? He showed the pattern of creating. Pattern of creating is that let us create man. He communicates. So he must communicate. Show me any great man today is a good communicator. Dangote is not working on his factory, refinery. No. He communicated to competent men who build the refinery for them. He communicates. No great man get involved. They communicate. Name them. Denuga, Bill Gates, name them. Mark Zuckerberg, name them. Elon Musk, name them. All of them. All the big men of God in Nigeria today, all imagining, communicating. That's what they do. Men of God don't farm. I don't see them farming. I don't see them sweeping. I have so many of them around me. They only think and communicate. That's what they do. All the football coach today, they think and communicate. All the coaches today, they think and communicate. basketball coach, boxing coach. The coaches don't collect the punch. The coaches don't collect the punch. The player collect the punch. The coaches don't dislocate the leg. Say, you, you, goalkeeper, you, communicating, you make more money. Everything how to do, kiddo. See, if wealth was by effort, people that carry down good cement from trailer to warehouse, they would have come riches in the world. So it's not about effort. It's about thinking and communicating. Have you not been seeing all your life you're working hard? Why is he broke and poor? You are working harder. You don't want to think and communicate, so you are broke. It's simple. I don't know why people don't want to do simple things. They like hard things. More of an AT. God will not get to class about. Write this one as round up to this class because if I allow you, no come for here. You must communicate your values to partners, prospects, clients, customers, etc. You must communicate your values. You must communicate your values. How would they know you are valuable if you don't communicate? How do we know you have a good product if you don't communicate? You must communicate. Even Agboro is communicating. Agboro is communicating. You know one communicate. My brother also communicate. But many about me. You know about me. One more till you communicate. But you are talking every day. Because you got to put money in your pocket. Can't you think? There is no challenge this thing you know how to talk. Most of you know how to gossip, backbite. That thing you are telling negatively, put that positive, you go make more money. Oh my God. Go to Plaza. They read newspaper. They can tell you your future, your grandfather, your great grandfather, broke and poor men. They know everything, but I say broke. Leave those people. Go to Niger Bet. They know Insa that will combine. They never play win. They always know the Insa. You know, they think I'm now. Business happen as you speak and present. Business happen as you speak and do what? Present. Business. Have a good product. Don't speak, don't present. Nobody will patronize you. You must speak and present. Business happen when you speak and present. You get partners, shareholders, stakeholders through the power of presentation. You get partners, shareholder. There's one thing I'm watching on the internet called the Lions. The Lions, these guys, they are billionaires. But 5 of them, they always sit down with billions of naira. You go there and tell them what you can do. They ask you stupid questions. You can answer the question, they'll give you money. They ask you 50 million, 100 million. You know what I'm looking at? 2 things. The power of communication and your numbers. Know your numbers. Know your numbers. Oh my God. Today is not the day. Your husband is not going to obey your rock again in God. So let me finish up this class. Write this one down. You are not supposed to be paid for what you do with your hands. You are supposed to be paid with what you do with your mind. Write it down. You are not supposed to be paid at all in what you do with your hands. You are being paid what you do with your hands. It's called job. You are supposed to be paid in what you do with your mind. Change this thing. Change it. Change it. You see money enter your account. You are not supposed to be paid in this life. What you do with your hands is called job. You are supposed to pay what you do with your mind. It's called work. Work is not physical. Work is mental. People do job and call it work. It's not. You are not supposed to be paid with what you do with your hands. Bracket open, job. Bracket closes. You are supposed to be paid what you do with your mind. Bracket opens, work. Bracket close. One of the great millionaire, entrepreneur, start doing things with your mind. Do with your mind. Do with your mind. See, men that rule the world and men that rule the world in their mind. If you can conquer your mind, you can conquer the world. If you fail in your mind, you fail in your world. There's people that have courage, taking action in spite of fear. There's people that succeed in life. You are not supposed to be paid in what you do with your hands, in what you do with your mind. But what you do with your mind is called work. Work. You are supposed to be paid with your work. Because if you can create with your mind, it will prepare you to do little. It took God time. He said in the beginning the darkness was face of the deep, and it was the Spirit of the Lord hovers on the face of the water. He was hovering, incubating, imagining, thinking, arranging, articulating, and he now said, let there be what? Light. And light came out of what? Darkness. Do you have darkness in your financial life? Think. You can come and bring it for light. You are a creator, you're a creative being. Don't come and waste these creative ingredients inside of you by thinking small about yourself. That you are here for a little life. No, don't let anybody tell you you're little. Anybody that tell you you're poor, fight the person. Let me give you a rent. One at the office, when I'm through, reverse back. Don't use your mouth to confess negative things, even though it's a reality, even though it's a truth. I keep saying this. I'm going to round up the class. Always tell us this: Not all true are truth. Not all true are truth. But all truth are true. It is true that fire will burn Meshach and Abednego. But it was true fire did not burn them. Yes or yes? Yes. It is true lion will eat Daniel. It is truth. Lion did not eat Daniel. Yes or yes? Yes. It is true nobody walked on water. But it is truth Christ walked on water. Yes or yes? Yes. All true is called reality. It's not reality. It's called fact. So the fact make it truth. And you shall know the truth. And the truth shall set you free. Not fact. Stop telling me about fact. Okay, but the fact is that you are still looking at the physical. Let's round up to this class. The original description of man was to be a thing. The original job description of man, or the original work description of man, Adam, was a thinking role. It's only because it only became labor after the curse. The job was a thinking role. How am I sure? He was going to name all the animals. He was saying, you lion, you antelope, you fowl. That was a job, the work of Adam. The original work description of Adam was a thinking role. He gave them name according to their behavior. The original work description of Adam was a thinking role. It only became labor after the curse. It may take you 1, 2, 3 years to work yourself out of the labor stage. It may take you 2, 3 years to work yourself out of the labor stage, bracket open, tactical operation, day-to-day activities, into the thinking stage and into the thinking and communication stage, which is the real value, or where the real value is. So the original work of this description of Adam is a thinking role. It only became labor after the course. That is why it might take you 1, 2, 3 years to work yourself out of the labor stage, bracket open, tactical operation, day-to-day involvement in your business, into the thinking and communication side of the business, which is the real value. Okay, that's what we're going to stop today. Tomorrow, then or tomorrow, I have a special training for you. Very, very. You think you learned something today? You've not learned anything. Tomorrow, I'm going to do a new topic tomorrow. Your life cannot remain the same. Money must mean money in your hand. Say amen. That one is begging for a recharge card. Money must work for you. Say amen. If money is working for men, they don't have 2 heads. They will not born by 2 women. We can do better. If other people can become a billionaire, touch yourself, I can do better. So that's the end of my class. So the online communities, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, all over the world, please don't get involved in the business without mentorship. You know why? Mentorship is a legal shortcut to success. Moving from good to greatness demands that you have to move from being at the gate to the palace of wealth. See you tomorrow. See you at the top, and God bless you. For the rest of us here, because my time is already behind us, so I want to take only 2 contributions. If possible, I'll take a little bit more than that, but 2 from here, 2 from here. What to take home? Look at you. Now, I want to be sure I wasn't talking to Chase. I want to be sure I'm talking to a human being. What is your take home today? What did you learn today? Maybe everything, and just a few things. You're welcome, sir. What's your take home today? Good morning.
Just learn that the only competent people that I know competency is the learning process.
Yes, learning process. Thank you so much. Who has learned something from me? Because, okay, I've seen some 2 hands at the